So I was at the gym this morning and I noticed when I was getting out of the gym and into my car that the rear rim on the driver's side had like rim rash. It had scratches all over and it drove me crazy. And my brain started racing. I don't remember ever scratching a curb. I don't really park anywhere that has curbs. Driveway, my office, there's no curbs. Like, why do I have rim rash on a car that I've only had for less than a year? And so my brain started racing, and I thought, okay, this must have been because 2 weeks ago I valet parked my car. That has to be what it was from. The truth is, there were 100 other circumstances, I'm sure, since February where I've parked my car next to a curb, and it's most likely that that was the actual episode that caused the rim rash on my car. But since I noticed it today, and I could attribute it to something recent, my brain jumps to thinking that that's the cause. And this can happen with a lot of facial plastic surgery too. I had buccal fat pad removal probably 6 months ago, and the result, to me, I love it, but there are some things that I don't necessarily love, and we're gonna talk about it, so stay tuned. So, let me give you my honest feedback of buccal fat pad removal 6 months after I had it. I made one follow-up video already, and I really liked the result. I also posted the actual procedure. In the original early period, I was very, very happy with everything. But now that time has passed and most of the swelling has gone away, if you can see on my other videos, it usually takes 6 months to get that final result. I'm noticing certain things about my face, and I want to see if this could be related to buccal fat pad removal. So the one thing is I've always had a skinny face. I'm not a skinny guy, but I've always had a skinny face. So people worry about looking gaunt after buccal fat pad removal and a lot of other procedures like Morpheus 8 and other things. Let me tell you something. I do not look any more gaunt as a result of having buccal fat pad removal. So let's get that off the table right now. Buccal fat pad removal still, I don't think, makes anybody look gaunt. Early in the recovery process, and even in the last video that I created, I noticed that I had some residual fullness right here on my face. And it's something that I notice more now as a result of having this procedure. But I've also told you that my surgeon was incredibly conservative and it wasn't necessarily easy to find my buccal fat pads. So having taken off 1 and 2 cc's of buccal fat, which is less than half of what I typically take out, I've noticed that there may be some residual buccal fat in the lower part of the buccal space on my face. And I almost wish that a more liberal excision of fat was performed, so I didn't have any residual fullness here. So one of my concerns is that conservative buccal fat pad removal, not taking out the entire fat pad, can create unusual step-offs. But I don't know, just like the rims of my car, I don't know if this is a feature that I had originally. So when I compare original photos of myself with photos now, I see it more, but is that because not all of the buccal fat pad was taken, or I've always had that and some of the buccal fat pad was sort of concealing or hiding that? This is something we'll never know. And that's one of the challenges of being very, I guess you could say, thoughtful or deliberate when assessing the results of a surgical procedure. It's hard to tell what came first, the chicken or the egg. Last but not least, I want to talk about the promotion of facial aging. So one of the other attacks on buccal fat pad removal is that you're separating ligaments and other structures that are required to hold your face up. As a deep plane facelift specialist, I can tell you that there are ligaments in and around the buccal fat pad, but the ones that really hold up your face are called zygomatico-cutaneous ligaments that are necessarily above the buccal fat pad space. So you are not disrupting those unless you're really struggling with a procedure and may have inadvertently released those structures, but those structures can and do remain intact with an uncomplicated, straightforward buccal fat pad removal procedure. So, 2 myths dispelled. Number 1, I don't think there's any chance on my own skinny face that buccal fat pad removal makes your face more gaunt. And number 2, it does not promote aging. However, pre-existing features of your face that you do not like may not be improved upon with buccal fat pad removal, which makes you wonder, is it the buccal fat pad removal procedure that caused a little bit of fullness in my lower face? Or is it the fact that maybe I had it already and it was being concealed before? So that is my 6-month follow-up. Very happy with the procedure. When I watch videos of myself before I had it done, I see these regions and it bothers me. It's hard for me to watch. So yes, I give it a thumbs up, 10 out of 10 procedure. I do have some issues in full disclosure with you, but I don't know if that is associated with the buccal fat pad removal procedure. Thank you so much. I'm answering somebody's question who asked me for a 6-month update, and I hope this helps. Have a great day.